What time it is? It's coffee time. That's right, with author Michael Sanchez. How's everyone doing today on this very early Tuesday morning? I'm doing okay. Uh, my boy Vernon Lee's been doing okay. Had some surgery almost 2 weeks ago, and he's feeling much better now. So I'm happy about that. He lies down next to me, just chilling there. Anyway, everyone's doing okay today. I'm enjoying my coffee here today. Hello, Lala. How's it going? Uh, nice to see you there. Today, I'm going to have author Glenn Lewis uh, calling in all the way from Australia. And that's always pretty cool. Dear folks from way, way far away to call in to talk about their work. So hopefully, I can get in and get this going. Um, Yo, for you Phillies fans out there, talk about, man, we're just, what happened to us? One more game and we're out. It's a shame. But anyway, I'm glad to be here. I'm excited. Again, we're waiting for Glenn Lewis. Uh, Hopefully, we can get in here, get things going. Hey, Lala, see if we can get you in here. Lala, let's see if we can get Lala in here. Oh yeah, been nice out there. Hasn't been too bad. Nice and cool. Love it. Cool weather. You don't have to turn on the air. Let the breeze hit you. You know what I mean? Open those windows. It feels great. Yes, it does. Again, we're gonna have Glenn Lewis today. Title of his book is called "The Dead See Everything." The Dead See Everything. Um, Looking forward to that. So we'll see if we can get him in here. Hey, Lala, how's it going? Hope your day is doing well. Yeah, one of those days. It's just one of those days. Let's see. Make sure. So we can get la la la. La la. Hey Lorraine, how you doing?
Trying to hang in there. It's been a crazy few days, but trying to hang in there. I am dog sitting for three dogs,
Uh
and one of them is at my house, and the other two are at the neighbor's house. And it's not going so good with the other two. Dogs have that separation anxiety.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was just over there. The one at my house, he's okay, but the other two, they're not drinking, they're not eating. So yeah, I'm starting to get real concerned.
Gotcha, gotcha.
You know how
Yeah,
that goes.
yeah. Well, um, well, it looks like we're not going to have Mr. Glendon. Apparently, there's a
Oh no!
scheduling conflict. Yes, apparently it's on the 8th.
Oh, the eight.
Yeah, it's on the 8th. At least that's what I'm seeing
Oh, darn.
here.
It is one of those. It is one of those days.
It's just weird.
Let's chalk it
Uh,
up to the harvest moon.
yeah, that's right. This is one of the largest,
It,
one of the
it
largest
is,
harvest moons. Yeah.
crazy. Something really strange happened last night. We do have coyotes here. I have the bayou is in our backyard, and we do have coyotes because there's lots of critters back there. So anyway, I woke up out of a dead sleep. I mean, this coyote they come in our backyard, but this one was probably right underneath the window. I mean, the howl was like, I thought it was a wolf. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's no wolves in Florida. Not that I know of, but see, the harvest moon brings out all the weirdness. I'm telling you.
It's had this issue before, especially when folks calling all the way from Australia. I had that issue
Uh-huh.
before. It's just the time zones are just so confusing.
Was the author from Australia?
Yeah, he's from Australia. So, and I know I had the same
Yeah,
issue because they have like 10. It depends on where they're at.
it does. It
It's like
does.
10, 12 hours. It's like,
Oh
whoa.
my
So
God. Yeah, it
maybe
is.
Tuesday for us, but Wednesday for them. You know what I mean?
It is correct.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday for them, right? They've
Yeah.
already had their crazy. I don't know. Yeah, they've already had their crazy harvest moon.
Yeah. 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 Hey, this is Kiki McGraw. I think we had her here before. How's it going, Kiki?
Hi, Kiki. That
Hey, so
name sounds familiar.
I think she was from Texas, I believe.
I believe so.
Texas, yeah. Let's see if we can maybe get in right here. Let's see.
Kiki. Good morning, Kiki.
I believe she was from Texas. Let's see.
Oh, she's in the UK, and they're
Oh, is
five
she in the
hours
UK?
ahead of us. Yeah, they're 5 hours.
Ah, she's in the UK.
Correct.
That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
What time is it over there, Kiki? Let's see. I'm
Oh,
at
she
work. Yeah,
says,
Joy, yeah, you don't want to be playing around at work. You know?
no, that could really get you in trouble.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's 1 p.m. over there. See, again, these time zones, it's just,
Yes. Yeah. It kind of just screws schedules up and everything. And, but that's like, yeah, I even forget with my daughters, they're in California and, then with the time change, it changes everything and I can't call them. I accidentally will call them and they're like, Mom, it's 4 a.m. here. I'm still in bed.
wow, yeah,
And
yeah,
you
because
forget.
they're 4 hours behind us.
They are 4 hours behind. Correct.
Yes. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, you don't know, you know.
Well, my age, I'm like, I think everybody's up. So I get up at 4:30. Which is, and then I think everybody's up early like I am, and that's not so.
So yeah, so I messaged Glenn. He's probably saying, "No, don't you come." I'm sure I'm confusing the heck out of him right now.
Yeah, poor
Yeah,
Glenn.
because right now it's supposed to be. It would be like 6 p.m. over there.
6 p. Which is still too. Is there any way he could come on? I mean, I don't know. That's not
No,
too
no,
late.
I don't want to screw his schedule up because if it was for Wednesday,
Uh huh.
I think it was Tuesday. If it was for Wednesday, then I'll let him uh, hold up for one more day so you can you know take that fear away because he hasn't been he wants to make sure he gets it just right. So gives him one more day to figure this system out. Go from there.
Yeah, his book. I'm reading the title, "The Dead Sea Everything." Is that a paranormal novel?
It's a good question. It says a little quick thing. It says, "Have you seen the worst of humanity?" It says Augustus, the henchman, Marguerite, the occult, Toby, Razor Man, collaboration was formed, partnership and bonding.
Oh
This new
wow.
breed of psychopaths,
Ah,
their thirst for killing set path and leaders in the underworld of crime and corruption. Whoa,
sounds interesting.
sounds yeah, sounds deep.
It
Yes,
does.
yeah. Oh, I don't know if you have Netflix. You've been watching Netflix talking about a bunch of psychopaths.
I,
They
we
have uh,
we do have Netflix. We do. We
they have the
watch.
story of Ed Gein,
Yeah,
and
I haven't heard of that one.
it is. If you haven't seen it, you might want to check it out. It is wild.
Ed Geehan.
Ed Gein, yes, he's supposed to be the America's first serial killer, but in fact, he really wasn't. He was just
Oh
like
my God, Kiki says she's on episode 5. Let's hear it.
yes, it's yeah, I watched episode 5, I believe, yesterday, and it's just wild. It's wild.
It's wild.
That's how they created the movie Psycho.
Oh my God.
From
No
this
one can take a
individual.
shower alone after that movie.
Yeah, to this day, yeah, it has affected me. I watched it when I was a little kid. I was, I think,
Yeah.
maybe 8 years old,
Yeah.
and
Well, I think I
I
was in my
gotta
teens.
have the doors gotta be absolutely secure. It's gotta be locked. and I gotta be able to
Yes,
see
check
through
all doors, check all entryways, check all windows.
Yep, I gotta make sure the curtain I can see clearly.
And
See everything.
I've been in the shower sometimes, and you think you hear something, and I know there's nobody home, and I'm like, okay, I got to get out of the shower right now, soaking wet, towel on, shampoo on the hair. You just got to make sure.
Yeah, so, it's funny how you said it because when I wash my hair, I gotta
Mhm.
have one eye open whether the soap is coming down or
Exactly.
not.
Oh, great minds think alike there.
I'm very paranoid. You know what I mean? It's
Oh my God.
in
Oh.
today's world, kids. Well, it doesn't affect kids, because they're used to all that. But back
Oh yeah,
then,
that doesn't bother them.
yeah,
No.
it doesn't bother them. But back then, for us, that was all new.
I remember was one horror movie that really back then, I was always into the paranormal, even as a teen. Like I think I mentioned before, my mother was too. We were all open to that. But there was one horror movie that totally I couldn't watch, and it was a date, and went to the drive-in. That's what we did back in the late '60s, early '70s, and it was called The Last House on the Left. And I'm like, I think it was
Yes,
one of the gore. Did you see it?
yes, yes, yes,
Totally gore.
yes. Yeah,
Oh,
it's some wild stuff. Yes, yes, yes,
yeah. And what was it? Have you ever seen Clockwork Orange? Talk about weird movie.
yes, yes.
Stanley Kubrick has a
Is it Andy
creative
McDowell
mind. Yeah.
and Roddy McDowell? Roddy McDowell
Yes,
has the lead role. I think
he
he's the
did.
real bad guy.
I think he. I think he did. But yeah, when you think about that movie, I'm thinking like, what this writer or what the heck were they on something? I mean, how do you even come up with this
Yeah, they
stuff?
were on something, that's for sure.
Maybe,
Was it?
maybe
It's
I
a
need to
Stanley
be on it to
Kubrick
finish
film,
this
right?
book.
It's a Stanley Kubrick film, isn't it?
It's Stanley Kubrick.
So hey.
I mean, you got to give it to him. It takes talent write something like that. I mean, I don't have that in my brain to do that.
Like, yeah, I saw that I only saw it once, way back in the '70s,
Yeah,
and
it was a '70s cult film.
yes, a lot of kids they have no idea what I'm talking about. I was mentioning because I was talking about the Aegean thing, and then I
hmm
mentioned Clockwork Orange, and the folks at work looking at me like, "What are you talking about? What is that? What?"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Kids
yeah, I
today
don't know what
don't.
y'all missing.
They don't know. I don't even know if you can still stream it or pull it up anywhere. I Good
I
question.
saw it somewhere. I just can't
Did
remember where
you?
it was. Yes, yes.
I don't even know if I'd be brave enough to watch it again.
It's
Hmm.
it's probably really compared to what we've seen today. It probably doesn't add up. You know what I mean? To
Yeah,
what we
it was
see today. You know what I
early.
mean?
It was early horror, right?
Yes,
And like I said, horror films and books change with the times.
yes.
And the narrative. Was another. I'll tell you. Talk about movies if you want to talk about that subject. And I can't think of the director's name. You might know. Have you ever seen the movie From Dusk Till Dawn? It's a vampire movie.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so who was the director? He's very well known. Can't think of his name.
It's Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, very talented. He did the movie with John Travolta and Uma Thurman. What's that other
Yes,
one?
yes.
You know what I'm
Uh,
talking about?
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a
One part
gangster
in
movie.
there that I keep thinking about is the watch.
It's a gangster
The
movie.
little.
Yeah, but I
The
love
other
From
there
Dusk
talking about how he had to save the watch.
to
Like,
Watch. Yeah, yeah. But I really liked From Dusk to Dawn. I think I've seen it 3 times.
that's one of my wife's favorite films, From Dusk to Dawn. She loves that movie.
Yeah, and when Selma Hayek comes out and does her dance with the boa constrictor, oh my God.
Yeah, and it was real. That's for sure.
It
It
was
was
real.
real.
And I think that was probably me. And I think I read that was one of her first, you know, appearances in film that really shot up her career. Yeah.
Yeah, she was brave enough to do that, but she looked like she
Yeah.
was zoned out. She is definitely
I
zoned out to
mean,
do it.
and what was really cool about, if you remember the end of that movie, do you remember how it ended? You look, they showed the cliff, and it was all like ruins of like the earth, like an
Yep,
Aztec
Aztec. Yes,
civilization. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, that
yes.
was so cool the way it ended. But yeah, Quentin Tarantino, another creative mind,
You're talking about
definitely.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yes,
Pulp
loved it.
Fiction.
Loved it.
Yes.
Hmm.
So Kiki says that show she's watching, she says it is weird and wild, but strangely compelling. I know my wife and I, we've been watching it, and we're just at the end of each episode, we just give them each other a look like,
What?
what in the world is
I'm
going
gonna
on?
have to. Okay, when this we're watching. What are we watching? We're watching American Rust,
All right.
um, which is slow. It's but we'll have to check this one out. But yeah, it's either Netflix or Prime. Either
Oh,
one of
you're
those
you're
two.
gonna you're gonna remember this one. It
I'm gonna remember.
the actor that portrays him. I
Hmm.
saw him in a movie called King. It was King Arthur or something about the sword. It's a very good movie,
Oh,
and he is the actor portraying it, and it's shocking. It is the way he transformed himself to play this character
yeah.
is amazing. Yes.
I'm definitely going to have to. Well, that'll be our next. We finish one, and then we're like, okay, what are you going to watch next? And you kind of Google and you search for things and people's comments and ratings, and you
Well,
check
when
stuff
you
out.
don't blame me for any nightmares or
I
anything like
won't blame
that.
you for nightmares.
It was wild. Yeah, it is wild, but I like it though. It's
Hold
let's
your
just say
attention.
yes, it does. Yes, it does.
That's that, and that's the mark of a good writer. It
I think the
holds your
only
attention.
the only issue I had was the portrayal of the lead actor of the movie Psycho, because Psycho was made from this individual.
Right,
So
right.
they what is it? Anthony Perkins, Tony Perkins?
Anthony
What is
Anthony
Tony
Perkins.
Perkins?
Yeah,
Yeah, the way
yeah,
they portrayed him is not cool because the man's not around. He can't defend himself. So that's the only part that bothered me. What they were saying about how they
yeah.
portrayed him. But Alfred Hitchcock, now I think he was crazier than all of them.
Yeah.
It was just
But
crazy.
and I'll tell you, his films kind of never bothered me. And same thing with watching Twilight Zone. I liked it. That never bothered me either. Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I love all of Alfred Hitchcock movies, all of
Hmm.
them. But the
Me
man
too.
himself was very strange. Yes.
I think one of my favorites was The Birds with the Tippi Hedren.
Yes.
Remember the
Yes.
seagulls would attack? I like that one.
I've watched that a gazillion times. It never gets old. Never
But,
gets old.
isn't that true? It's some of the classics, they never get old.
Never get old. Psycho, I've seen. Oh my God. Man. And I still have it as one of my favorites. So
Do
whenever
you?
I would just whenever I have issues writing, I'll put the movie
Yeah.
on. Let me see if I can
That's really
great.
true. That's with me too. I'll just watch a movie. Um, there's an old ghost story, and is Fred Astaire in it? And I don't know. It's called Ghost Story. I mean, it was like in the '60s or '70s, and I mean, it's not gore, but I mean, you want to talk spooky? It's spooky, and I think it's just called Ghost Story.
Ghost story.
A
It's
girl.
now. Do you think it's technology or just the way people are think nowadays makes it easier for these directors to make movies like this?
Yeah. I do. I do. But when you look back at the old school movies, the content still holds true, and it doesn't have to be all the flashy special effects. If the story is good, that's a win.
And the shock value
Yeah.
of a lot of these movies, especially these horror movies, they're all cliche.
Yeah.
But this one, is shocking. One again because the actor, I've seen him in different films, and to see the
Yeah.
way he transformed himself to this character is stunning.
He
It's
must be
shocking.
quite
Yeah,
talented.
it's that stunning, and it was like, wow, I can't believe that's him. It's just amazing, and some of the stuff in the first episode or two is just like, whoa.
Yeah, well, now you're piqued my interest. Yeah, you're gonna have to again. If you type it, or leave a link in my messenger so I don't
Here, I'm
forget.
gonna do it
But
right here. It's called Monster: The
Monster.
Story of Ed Gein, or something like that.
Oh boy,
The
now
Ed
that
Gein,
seems familiar.
something like that.
I think I've seen it. I'll have to
Right,
watch the trailer for it.
right. Um, all I know is I saw the trailers a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh my goodness! I mean, look at that. And I've
Okay,
known about
Monster.
yeah, I've known about Ed Gein because I read books about him and seen stories. So I was already familiar, but
Mm-hmm.
when they showed the trailer, a couple of trailers, I was like, whoa, yo, this is some wild stuff. I gotta check that out.
Is it based on a true story?
Yes, yeah, it happened in the from 1954 to 57, I believe, in
54 to
Wisconsin.
57. Oh, Wisconsin. Okay. Gotcha. Wow. So was he a serial killer?
He was they labeled him as America's first serial killer, but he really wasn't a serial killer. He was just a nutcase.
A
He's
nutcase. Okay.
schizophrenic.
Oh
He
boy.
stole bodies from the graves,
Oh, that's
made
sick.
furniture from from dead body skins and stuff
Oh,
like that.
good God.
He was accused of killing maybe two people, but you know nobody
That
really
is
did.
so creepy.
Yeah, yeah,
God,
yeah.
that is so creepy. And
Yeah.
the creepy thing is to imagine that there was somebody that's really out there, that's like that.
Yes, yes. You imagine having that
God.
as your neighbor.
Well, let me tell you never know. I always say you never know what goes on behind your neighbor's door.
You're
And
right
I
about that.
have a story sometime about that for another time. We can get into.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you could share it today. I mean, since we're talking about this
Well,
stuff.
it's short, but it's interesting. So we were living in Tempe, Arizona, and my husband got a job offer in was it Albuquerque? Well, we moved to Albuquerque, but if you know New Mexico, there's a city called Las Lunas, and it was like almost an hour drive to be a
I heard of it.
supervisor at one
Yes.
of the warehouses. So anyway, sold our house, and he had to go off to some job training, and it was like for like 3 weeks. So the people that bought our house, it was contingent that they wanted to move right in. So my other daughter was already living at college. She was at ASU. She was in the dorm. But I had my middle grader still at home. So my youngest daughter and I went into an apartment, in a fairly nice apartment, in a nice part of town. So, I'm seeing all of these cars come and go. And at night, Michael, come and go. And I'm like, this is weird. And all of a sudden, I mean, we were on the bottom apartment. This weird smell, like a chemical smell, was filling the apartment. And my poor daughter, she had a scarf over her mouth. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. So I called my brother. He lived out there, and he comes over. He goes, Lorraine, he said, do you know what this is? And I looked at him. He goes, you got a meth lab up there. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
my
what I was about to say. Either a meth
God.
lab or moonshine.
Yeah, no, it wasn't moonshine, but all the pieces fit together. He goes, I want you to call the police right now. And then he goes, you're going to stay with me until you can go to Albuquerque. We had a house ready over there. So I called the police, and they came over, and they talked to me, and I guess they went upstairs. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I get a call from the manager like that evening. Do you know what he told me? He goes,
What?
I'm really sorry that you had to go, you had to take this step. He goes, you're going to be sorry for this. So I'm like, oh my God, call the police again. And I told them because apparently the manager was in on it and knew this was happening. Okay.
Ah,
So, yeah. So after that call, man, I'll tell you, Michael, I picked up my things and I told my daughter, I says, we're out of here. So we went to my brother's we had like another 2 weeks. There was
right.
no way I was going to stay there, you know?
Well, you know, with meth labs, it doesn't take much to have, you know, for
To
that
blow
to
you up.
blow. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, like a bomb ready to go off.
I'd say, and yeah, thank God. And like I was worried about my daughter's health. She walked around with a kerchief around her, and I'm like, no, I'm not having this, you know?
Yeah, it's poisonous. Yeah, that stuff can kill you. Yeah.
Is so when you say you really don't know what's happening behind your neighbor's door, you really don't sometimes until you
You
find
know,
out,
and
you know?
it's scary, yeah, because
It is.
they're everywhere. You know, sometimes they're walking right in front of you, and you know,
Yeah.
smiling, and they look mild mannered. You know,
Oh, yeah.
but behind closed doors, you don't know what he or she, you
No,
know.
and like I said, I had a 14-year-old, or maybe she was 13 living with me, and I thought, no, this is dangerous. But for the manager to call me and tell me, I wish you wouldn't have done that. I'm like, I didn't accuse him. I thought, okay, buddy, you're in on this whole thing, you know?
You know, it's funny because you know the title of the
Yeah.
show was supposed to be "The Dead See Everything," but you know what?
Yeah.
All the bad guys, you know, they see everything right in front of you. You
They
just don't
do.
know it. You don't
They
know it. They look
do.
mild mannered,
I
innocent.
know.
Somebody you talk to every single, hey, how you doing?
They seem,
But
it's like they can put on a persona that, oh my
yes,
God, they're so 100% normal, but they're not. But
and that's the thing. Like in this movie, Ed Gein, then he looked
mhm.
so he looked like just anybody. You know what I mean? Some guy from
Did
Wisconsin, you know,
he?
doing his thing. Supposedly everybody liked him.
A likable criminal, huh?
Because he looks, you know, he looks like a farmer. You know, he was mostly a farmer. They
Oh,
had
was he a farmer?
he was a farmer. He's his family. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
but you know, he just had. But then again, supposedly he was. Uh, it was due because of his mother, who was just like in the
Oh.
movie Psycho. She
So
had an
she had
influence on her son.
issues. The mother had
Yeah.
issues. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, she was
Yeah.
interesting to say the least.
And
Yes,
I think a lot of that too is in the DNA. Don't you think so?
maybe so. But if you're can the environment have a way of doing things to a child? You know,
I
when they're
think
born, the
so.
environment, the way
Yeah.
you are raised,
Yes. I think
what you
so. How
what you
you're
see
raised
to
and
you. Yeah.
yeah.
What say you? I mean, I grew up in a very tough environment.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember you
And
said
I'm not
that.
saying
Yeah.
in reference to my mother. She was awesome. She had to do what she had to do,
Oh.
but the area in which I lived was very tough. Now it's up to you as an
Was it?
individual to get out of that, you know, change your life.
It is. It
But
is. I
sometimes
mean,
when you're trapped behind four walls and you have a overpowering, you know, individual, person that has a lot of
right.
influence in your life, I guess, it is what it is.
Well, when you say, because I've heard you say before that, you grew up, was it like gangs or, what exactly made
Gangs,
it rough?
drugs, just people
Drugs.
getting shot left and right. It was just,
Wow.
it was wild. It's it was wild. You hear shots being fired and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it was just wild. I mean, it came to a
Wow.
point where people were just getting shot, stopping at a stop sign. You know, in their cars. You know what I mean?
Oh, Michael, that's terrible.
And this is throughout the years. You know what I mean? Decades. From the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Just before I
Now,
left.
yeah, was any of that like mob related? Did you have like mobsters
It
in
was
the town?
all drug related, gang related. You
Drug
know, what I mean,
gang
you got to remember
related?
that the city where I was raised is between Philadelphia mob and New
Hmm.
York.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's
Gotcha.
right in between, and all the drugs. They come through there. It's been going on for decades. So yeah,
So but your family was safe. Nothing ever nefarious happened with your
safe in a
family.
way that mom kept us safe. You know what I mean? She
That's
made
good.
sure we stood within the front yard, the backyard. You know what I mean? Stayed
Yeah,
in the
right,
neighborhood.
right. She
But
kept you safe.
me being me, I had to explore the world.
That sounds like something you do. Did you go
Uh,
down the dark web?
it's just I had to go out. I had to explore. I had to go see where I lived, where how far I could go, and a lot of times by myself. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
I was just
And I
very
think
curious
that's normal
person.
too for a boy.
Yes, yes, yes. But anyway, talking that character, he was curious, but in a morbid kind of way, and I think it's
Oh.
because of what all the things his mother used to say.
Now, is there a book also based on this story? Is there a
I
book?
believe so. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So yeah, you
Okay.
might want to. You could just type in his name, and it'll tell you stuff about
Well,
him.
you've got my curiosity picked. I'm going to be googling his name today, and like I said,
Yeah,
that'll be
I'm
the
sure
next
the
show.
the town in which he lived didn't expect it. That, hey, one guy here in Wisconsin
Wow.
doing that kind of stuff. Can you imagine back in the 50s? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Supposed to be a simple life.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I was born in '53, and was a little girl in the '50s, and in the '60s, and I lived in a nice, safe suburban, and we didn't even didn't hear about stuff like that.
Here, everything was hush hush, and you didn't have the internet. Like today.
We
You know
didn't
what I
have I
mean?
mean, not that it didn't happen, right? And everybody says it was happening, but we
It
didn't
was
have the
happening.
internet and phones that people could record it.
Exactly. It's been going on forever. It's just
It
back then,
has been.
it
Yes.
stayed local, if you will,
Yes.
and everybody's just minding their own business. They don't know,
I mean,
But now
everybody,
everybody's looking.
yeah.
Everybody's looking. Everybody's got a phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I was at the store the other day and somebody got angry and was shouting. What does somebody do? Pull out their phone. In a way, I think we need to have laws to kind of stop this sort of thing because you remember it used to be against the law for you to take somebody's
Record
picture
something. Yeah,
against their will.
yeah.
I don't know.
Now there are some states like that, yes, where
Oh,
you
are
can.
there?
Yeah, you can't do that. You know what I mean? But
Florida? I
when
don't
it
think
comes to
there's
a
any
crime,
laws in.
what I mean? Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do that. Anyway.
Florida's like a free for all. I don't know. I don't think there's any laws here because I see people doing films. Yeah, I'm like, I tell you what, no one has yet filmed me doing anything, and if they do, I'm like, no, you're not going to use that.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna
I
do?
don't know. It really is a crazy world. It's just, and I think it's not even getting toned down at all.
Tone down. Yeah, it's crazy, and now what the scarier part now is this AI thing.
I
Really,
know. It scares
really
me.
changing everything. Yeah, it's really changing everything, and you just don't know what's real and what's fake.
Someone was showing me there's an AI, and they now have created an AI actress for Hollywood. Did you see
Yes,
that?
yes, yes. I
Oh
saw that,
my
and
God.
these actors are not gonna have a job very soon.
They're going to, yeah. And I know they're against all this, and I know a lot of the writers, myself, I'm not using AI for my stories because my story's coming out of my head,
Yep.
not a machine.
Yep.
No.
Yep. So I think that's what one of the issues regarding their most recent strike was because of that. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Correct.
AI using their likeness, and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah, that's not cool. I mean,
And I mean, I was listening to a man the other day on YouTube, and he said in the next 10 years, AI is going to take away so many jobs. And it will. We know that's where we're headed.
scary stuff. But anyway, it's funny how this little short show
Yeah.
started from the
And
Dead
then we
Sea
start
everything
that
with
movie.
our. And now we've gone to this. But that's what makes it interesting.
That's what makes it interesting. We're just going to blame it on all the energy in the heart of the moon.
That was funny. Well, I guess then tomorrow, I guess at 8 o'clock,
Okay, so
right?
let me write this down. It's tomorrow. Glenn will be on at 8.
And Lewis, yes, he'll be on
Glenn
at
Lewis.
8.
Okay,
And
I'm going to
that
mark it
title,
on my calendar right
yeah,
now.
the
So,
Dead Sea Everything. Maybe it was just an excuse for me on the radio because it's been a while.
yeah, yeah, it could be. Okay, because I have on my, yeah, you know what? I actually have on my calendar 8 a.m. Wednesday show with
Wednesday,
Michael.
yeah, you see where my mind is at. Watching that movie last night messed me up. Dude.
You definitely were affected. You're under the spell. You better be careful.
Because I swore it was today. I swore it was
Yeah,
today.
no, it's in my calendar. Wednesday,
Yeah.
Michael's show. But so I will. I guess I'll see you here tomorrow at 8.
All right, then. Yeah, I'll definitely, I'll definitely see you tomorrow, and not 6 o'clock at night. Waiting for Glenn.
Yeah,
Then it
yeah,
really be
yeah,
best.
yeah, yeah. Well, stay
All right.
safe and listen. I'm so glad to hear the puppy's feeling better.
Yes, it was. It's something that needed to be done.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's temperament. But you know what? I don't see much change. I don't see
Really?
it. Yeah, but this will allow him hopefully to live a little longer. You know what I mean?
Right,
Healthier. So
right,
we'll see.
right.
But he's happy. Yeah, he's happy.
Good.
He's still been wearing that coat. Now, yesterday I had him out on the porch with me, like I always do, and he
Hmm.
was happy to have that cone off of him.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah,
you
he
know
was
they hate
excited.
those.
Yeah, but at night I want to make sure that he doesn't tamper with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I still
Absolutely.
have him wearing at night, but he should be done by tomorrow.
Wonderful. You're a good fur daddy. You're doing your
Yeah,
part.
yeah, I'm doing a great job taking care of my wife's doing a hell of a job. She's always checking up on making sure. That's
Aww.
our baby there.
What's
All
that?
right. Well, I guess I will see you tomorrow,
We'll
Lava.
see you tomorrow at 8, and we'll look forward to hearing from Glenn.
Yes, yes, I look forward to
All
that.
right. Have a good day,
Have a good one.
Michael. Bye
All
bye.
right then. All right, folks. Again, scheduling thing. Thought I was gonna have Glenn Lewis, but no, it is tomorrow. Tomorrow, the 8th, Wednesday, the 8th at 8 a.m. for us, for me, Eastern time. It'll be 6 p.m. Australia time for Mr. Lewis, and I know he's excited. I see. I'm sure that when he sees that text later on, he's gonna be like, "What in the world? What did I miss?" Glenn, you're safe. The show will be tomorrow. So anyway, I want to thank you folks for listening in. Kiki McGraw, hey, thanks for listening. Hope work is going okay over there in the UK. I don't know what you do, but yeah, I almost got you to maybe talk. I don't want you getting in trouble, you know. Anyway, Kiki, share this show. The folks over there, you folks over there in the UK, and you folks here in the US and everywhere else, please share this show. People listen at polyboyk9.podbean.com. You can listen in. It's free, or you can download the app. It's free as well to join. I can even be a guest here on the show. I'll give you opportunity to shout some words live to guests that come here to talk about their work. Anyway, also you can check my work out on Amazon.com. Four great stories over there. I got the Vine Street, what lies in rooftops, Somber Town, and the Stevedores, what lies they tell. You can find them on Kindle, softcover, and audio. Uh, the second book on the Vine Street series is on audio, and the Stevedores, what lies they tell, is on audio, narrated by my great friend, great narrator Stephen P. Ham. So check it out. Anyway, I want to thank you folks for listening in. And again, tomorrow, 8 a.m. Wednesday, again, Glenn Lewis, the Dead Sea Everything. Hey, you know what I say? Have a great day and don't forget your coffee.